Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and today we'll be reading Formerly Overweight People. How did you manage to find the willpower to lose the weight? Give this video a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories. I've lost and gained a lot of weight, and the truth is, I don't know where the will comes from when I have it. It's incredibly easy for me to lose weight when I'm in the right mindset, but it's impossibly hard when I'm not. I wish I could get back into it. I was a little chubby, not super fat. What tipped the scale was a dude who was at the gym I was at, called me fatty. Move it, fatty. I imagined his face every time I wanted something unhealthy. Every time I wanted to collapse after running a mile, his face and my hatred of it pushed me further than any other form of motivation. I was 189 pounds down to 160. I'm lean muscle, and if I ever see him again, I will out bench press him and win. I was 300 plus pounds some years ago. I got settled and married to a girl I really shouldn't have. Nothing toxic, but I pretty much festered to the point where my weight got ridiculous. We broke up. I was 300 pounds. I really wanted to have mechs. Got down to 190 in about a year, and yes, I had mechs. For me, it was seeing a full body picture of myself that someone else took. I knew I'd been gaining weight over the years, but didn't realize how much. I'd even tried in the past to lose it, but it didn't stick. I saw that picture and couldn't believe I let myself get that way. I stepped on the scale for the first time in a few years and was disgusted with myself. No more excuses. I didn't want to be that person. I started out small, slowly cutting calories and carbs. Then a friend introduced me to the keto diet. I'm proud to say I've lost around 85 pounds since 2016 and have been maintaining my weight loss since last summer. Yes, it was hard at first. It really is an entire life change, and you really do have to want to succeed, not just physically, but mentally too. I also had a nice support group this time around. My friend, who I mentioned, in a great Facebook group, all people doing the same diet. I wish I had done this years ago instead of being so unhappy for so long. I'm in the process of trying to lose a lot of weight, and it started out like a flip being switched. I had stopped drinking soda in May of last year and switched to LaCroix and then just water, but it wasn't until July when the switch really flipped in my mind. I struggled to find anything nice to wear to a wedding, which made me feel like crap, and then I saw pictures of myself from the wedding and I couldn't believe how horrible I looked. I was embarrassed, and that's when I knew I needed to do something. After that, I got a Planet Fitness membership and started to change the way I ate. I use my FitnessPal to count calories every day, and I go to the gym 4 days a week. Since I bought a scale in early November to weigh myself, I've lost around 20 pounds, and I've started to notice changes in my appearance when I look in the mirror, which is really motivating. I notice many of the comments are offering tips on how to lose weight, but not about how to gain willpower for weight loss. Here's a trick I learned in therapy. Making affirmation statements and putting them in places you will see them every day. Now, these positive statements have to be believable. I'm not talking about the law of attraction where you act like you have $100,000 or whatever. Start with something like, I want to be more healthy, or I am learning to eat better. If the statement doesn't feel real to you, don't write it down. After a while, these thoughts you wrote down on paper will start to change the way you think. It's like being your own coach. The most important part, other than reading your affirmation statements often, is not making negative statements. An example of what not to write, I don't want to be fat. This helped me a great deal in eating better and losing weight. This technique can also be applied to just about any other goals you have for yourself. Also, no self-deprecating, only self-love. I could go on and on about this, but just trust me, be kind to yourself. Being someone who lost over 150 pounds, I can tell you it's easier than it first appears. The small wins will add up. In the end, it's not about changing your lifestyle. You can't wake up one day and decide you're going to run a marathon. Well, most people can't. You have to train yourself to do so. Start easy by eating healthier snacks when you feel the need to snack. Try not to deprive yourself. Eat the brownie, just don't eat 10. And I know people are against counting calories, but I live by it. Trust me, when you have to type in 1200 calories for number 3 from McDonald's, you're going to think twice about eating it. Everyone assumes working out is the answer and complain that they don't have time. Working out is the easiest part. It's really easy to control 20 to 30 minutes of exercise. It's much harder to control the other 23 hours a day and not shoving food in your face, which is so damn enjoyable. In the end, I'd say it's 80% diet, 20% exercise. Even an hour of yoga can burn only around 200 calories. 200 calories will barely earn you a cup of ice cream. It's a commitment for sure, but my increased self-esteem as I lost each pound which I obsessively tracked drove me. Watching the graph trending down is amazing. Don't give up on yourself if you have a crap day and eat that number 3 from McDonald's. Tomorrow is a brand new day for you to do better. Honestly, I got tired of being fat. I got tired of looking like crap, feeling like crap, and wearing 2XL shirts and then going to 3XL shirts because I liked roomier clothes because it hid my fat. I looked at myself in the mirror and said, screw this crap. I started my journey in 2012. My medication didn't help my weight loss, and constantly changing them hurt, but for me, I kept with it. I cut out soda, I changed my eating habits, and I went from 290 pounds to 230, but jumped back to 260 due to medication. I switched medication again and went back down to 236. In 2015, I started the gym, worked my bum off on the bike, literally went from 236 to 200 in about 2 months or so. Then I went from 200 to 175. I'm now at 184, still got a stomach, but I'm the healthiest, happiest, and most fit I've ever been in my entire life. I look at my before photos from 2015 and photos I have now, and I cannot recognize myself anymore. I still struggle with food from time to time. I still think I'm fat as frig some days, but god damn it, I kicked my bum because I was tired of being fat. I look at my family and my genetics don't help, so I changed. If you're thinking of starting to work on yourself and get your weight down, it is possible. It took me 6 years due to medication, laziness, and not fixing stuff properly, but I eventually lost 110 pounds. You guys can do it too. It's not impossible, no matter how much it feels like it is. Never give up, and if you free up one day and eat too much or miss a workout, don't beat yourself up over it. Get back up, keep fighting, keep pushing, and eventually you'll get there. I believe in all of you. The feeling when you get to fit in size 32 pants is amazing. After being a size 48 for the majority of your life is something I cannot describe to how good it feels. I started work in a rest home, seeing firsthand how much easier it is to care for a little old lady than for a fat old lady. No matter how hard you try, you can't wash a fat old lady properly. Your grandson can't just pick you up and pop you into a wheelchair and take you out for lunch. Fat old ladies smell and require 2 people and a hoist to shift from a bed to an armchair. Even with the best intentions and huge effort, their lives aren't as good as little old ladies. Hey, so I'm one of those formerly overweight people. I haven't talked about this on Reddit for a while, but here you go. February 2015, I was 33. I'm a 5'2" lady. I was also 320 pounds, so overweight isn't really a big enough word for what I was. There wasn't any one single event that made me think I had to do something. In fact, I had just spent more than a year trying to accept that I'd always be fat, since I always had been. I bought new clothes and had a style, but I never really felt good about it. After a vacation somewhere warm, where I felt enormous and gross in all my clothes, I decided it certainly wouldn't hurt to just try. I knew the science of it, eat fewer calories than you burn, but that required the effort of counting them. Well, why not? I never really tried. I started counting calories just to see how far off I was. Yeah, that's pretty eye-opening. So at first, when you're that big, it's pretty damn easy to be aware, eat a little less, and still lose weight. I think that was elemental in finding the willpower to keep going. I was seeing success just by being mindful. Once you see a profit from your efforts, it feeds into itself. Over 2 years, I lost about 190 pounds. It got very difficult towards the end of that. Of course, a 140-pound woman can't lose weight as fast as she could at 320 pounds. She has to work a lot harder and eat quite a bit less. I have to admit that a lack of progress discouraged me. I had to stay disciplined for 2 years, and once I was struggling to lose any more weight and stumbled upon some really irritating health problems, I sort of snuffed out my willpower too. As a result, I've gained 10 to 12 pounds back. It isn't the end of the world, but it makes me very unhappy. I created some bad and punitive habits when things stopped working right, and I'm trying to deal with it all right now. So, to answer the question, and I'm sorry it took so long to get to the point, it's much easier if you don't look at it as willpower. It feels like such a finite resource. Temptation is everywhere, and if you are always used to quelling every bad feeling with a favorite treat, it is going to be very hard to break away from it. As I'm sure many others will say in this thread, losing weight is simple, but it is by no means easy. You have to commit to the process, and above all, be honest with yourself. Accept that you won't be perfect all the time. If you want the change enough, seek out the support to do it. And that brings us to the featured narwhals of the day from our subreddit. Our subreddit is a place to share pictures, ask questions, and get support on your weight loss journey. To join, just open the description below and click the top link. Click Use App, install the Reddit app, create an account, and then click Join once you're at our subreddit. We'd love to have you join us on the subreddit. Once again, the link is below. Our first featured narwhal of the day is Northborn King, and they say, 1 year progress, was 240 pounds, now 160. 5'9", I moved to Japan a year ago and got out of my toxic home. I told myself I will no longer have an excuse for being fat since I can't control the food I buy. I started going on a lifestyle change, eating healthy and going to the gym 45 days a week. And next is Ishra, and they say 30 pounds down in 3 months. Another 35-ish to go. Safe to say that regardless of the outcome, my life has changed forever. And next is Hannah, and they say, "Hi guys, I'm new here. I'm really excited to have read it. I haven't shown anyone these pictures. Right is me at 253 pounds, and left is me currently, between 135 and 140 at 5'5". I'm so excited to be on the subreddit." And our last featured narwhal of the day today is Marcus, and they say, "Okay, the picture is backwards. The picture on the left of me in the long sleeve is me currently at 220 pounds. The pic of me in the tank top is me around 255. I really do feel like a different person. Crazy how much of a difference 30 pounds can make. Stay safe and healthy, my narwhals." Thanks for sharing featured narwhals. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. Thanks for watching, narwhals, and I'll see you in the next one.